Change is hard, and I've seen this a lot in this space, whereby we've had someone come in to go proposal, and they're trying to implement change in the way they price, having better conversations with their clients, producing better proposals, etc. And they've stuck with us for a month or 2 months, and for whatever reason, they've moved away. They've not made the changes. And they've gone away, they've then tried other things, constantly trying things for 6 months, and nothing has moved forward. And then all of a sudden, something has shifted in their thinking, they've come back to us, and in 2 days, they're broken through. What's always fascinated me is, what is it? What's happened in that time? What is it now that it didn't work before, but now it works now? What is the change in their mindset that allows that to happen? And what's happened really is it's become a must. Now we must do this, because only when it's a must will we make that change. Will we say enough is enough? We are not going to do this anymore. We must do things in this way. We must make that change. We need to let go of this. We need to start doing this. Only when you decide it becomes a must will you start to make those changes. So I'm going to give you an example of how somebody turned it into a must and how they made the change very, very quickly. Last year, we had a lady called PJ who joined GoProposal, and she did exactly what I've just described here. She came on board, she attempted to implement it, she attempted to make some changes, and didn't quite work, so she left us and she went on a different journey, tried things in a different way, to only come back to us 6 months later, and she said, please, can I come back? I'm like, yeah, sure, come on, it's fine, come on. And within 2 days, she made the breakthrough whereby she went and sat with a client who was already a good client for her, but she changed the conversation, she repriced the way that she did certain things, and she increased this client's fees by 10 times. Now, this is not a marketing 10x thing that you've read about. This was genuine. It went from £120 a month to £1,200 a month. And the client said to her, where have you found the confidence to present this to me? And she was convinced at that point he was about to kick her out of the office. And she explained to him, and his next question was, where do I sign? And so it's what happened in that time that for 6 months, no change happened, but then in 2 days, the breakthrough happened. And so what I believed happened was, the first time she came to us, she had some challenges. She knew that she wasn't charging enough for her services. She knew that she was over-servicing certain clients. She wasn't as profitable as she could be. She was working ridiculous hours. And the pain of that, of her situation, was down here. And so if this was pain, the situation, the current situation was here. What we then showed her is, now you've got to go and reprice, you've got to think about how you're going to charge, you've got to go and have a different conversation with clients. Those clients who are not paying you enough, you've got to go and tell them they've got to be paying you a lot more. You've got to now going to have the confidence to sell everything that you can, that you believe is in the best interest of that client, and put yourself much higher up. You've got to go and position yourself as the expert and have this conversation. So a current situation was here, and the thought of going and making those changes was up here. We only move away from pain, and in this case here, the biggest pain was this one rather than a current situation.